Hey guys, so today's tutorial is on this fall Smoky Eye. I did give two lip options, a nude lip and then this bright red lip, which I'm just obsessed with right now. Like, can we talk about it? Like, oh my gosh. I die. I'm dead. I'm sorry, I'm dead. It's just, Thank you, Bite Beauty, because this lipstick is so beautiful. I'm obsessed with red lips, just love them. And this I love because it is kind of like, sorry, I'm like looking in the viewfinder. It's kind of like a berry lip. It's got a bit of like a blue undertone to it, which makes it a little cooler, which I love with a red lipstick, especially with this kind of smoky eye. I really went for something really like fall inspired, and just I'm totally obsessed with it. I am wearing false lashes as well with this look. I did all sorts of new stuff with this. I would totally do this every single day if I had the time each morning to get ready. I'm just in love. It's such a full glam look. I did have some problems with my contouring, and I'm gonna speed right through it in the video just because it wasn't working out. I just need to find a good contour powder, but besides that, I love how this look turned out, so I hope you enjoy. If you want to see how to achieve this look, just keep watching. I'll see you later, guys. Bye. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started with a fresh face. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the Urban Decay Original Eyeshadow Primer. I still just have the little samples of it, so that is what I'm going to be using. Just going to apply that all over the lid. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to be using my Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette today. I will let you know all of the eyeshadow numbers as I'm using them. I'll also be using some shadows from my 35B palette. So I'm going to go ahead and start off using my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush, just a nice big fluffy brush, and I'm going to go ahead and dip into ES54, which is this vanilla highlight shade here. And I'm going to be putting this all over my lid to set the primer. Alright, and now I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Defining Eye brush like always. So I'm going to first start off with this shade, which is ES13. And we're just going to run that all through the crease in windshield wiper motions, and then we'll blend it out with circular motions once there isn't as much product on the brush. So as you can see, it looks pretty harsh right now. So now we'll just go ahead and blend that out. Oh shoot! I forgot tape. We're going to try to create a pretty strong wing today, and then just kind of blend it out. So I am going to be taking some tape, and this is just some Scotch tape, I think, or maybe even some off-brand tape, and I'm going to stick that on the back of my hand like this just to get some of the adhesive worn down a little bit, so then it looks like that. It's got like your handprint. Make sure our tape is even, and there we go. And the reason why we put it on the back of our hand is to remove some of the adhesive, so then when it is on our under eye, when we take it off, it doesn't hurt that skin or rip it or tear it or do anything, because our under eye skin is like the most sensitive skin on our body. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with this shade, which is right next to the one I just put in the crease. This is ES62. I'm going to just use the same e.l.f. Defining Eye brush. And I'm just going to go back in with ES13 to help blend this cooler tone up a little bit. And now, for the part that I think I'm most excited about, I'm going to be using this shade right here from the 35B palette. Now it's kind of like a taupey purple silver gray. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's beautiful. And there's some really similar shades in the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, but none quite like this. This one just has a little more of a purple to it. So I'm going to be taking this Morphe brush, and it's just a flat brush. I believe this is natural hair, but it might be synthetic. I'm not sure. So we are going to take the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix number 2. Now this is technically like a setting spray, but I love this to wet down my brushes to get a more metallic finish to the eyeshadow, because I honestly think that this is kind of a little sticky of a spray, and using it to shine, like really brighten up those shadows, works perfectly. You can do this with eye drops. You could do it with MAC Fix Plus. You could probably do it with any setting spray that has glycerin in it, because that's what's really going to make that metallic shine. Alright, so we just spray that, and then I'm going to go ahead and, oh, we just got a mouthful of it. I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush into that silver taupey, just gorgeous shade, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. Oh yeah. This is definitely more purple than I thought it was, but it's beautiful. Now we're going to put this all over the lid and stop right at the crease, which is going to make a harsh line, but don't worry, we'll blend it out. I am going to take another shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette and put that on top of this one, just the tiniest bit, to brighten it up on the inner corner. And I'm going to be doing ES20, which is this shade right here. It's kind of a silvery taupe, but much lighter than that one. And so then I'm just going to pick up ES20 and pop that on the inner corner. And then once I've packed that into the inner corner, I will drag it towards the middle just to help blend it out. Now you can layer this as much as you want to get your desired effect, but for me this is pretty good. Alright, and now I'm just going to take that purple again with no extra spray on it and just blend out that line a little more. Alright, and now I'm going to take this Morphe brush, and I'm going to take this and dip it into ES24, which is like this chocolatey brown, and we're going to put this right along the tape here in the outer V. And then once we've done that, I'm just going to take the e.l.f. Defining Eye Brush, pop it into ES13, which is that light neutral brown shade, and blend out this harsh line. And the same on the other side. We're going to pick up the ES24 again, that just rich red chocolate shade, and pop that into the outer corner again. And then blend that out. Okay, so now we can take off the tape. Ooh. Oh, it looks pretty good. So you can see that really sharp line. That's what we're going for. Oh, let me tell you, it feels so good to take that tape off. Holy crap. Okay, so we do have a bit of a mess going on right here. So what I am going to do is take some makeup remover wipes, or just take one, I guess. And you can do this with a Q-tip and dip it into some eye makeup remover. You can do this with some eye cream and put it on a Q-tip. I'm just going to go ahead and use a wipe because it's a little easier for me. I'm going to take my e.l.f. contour brush, and I just wiped it off so then it didn't have any product on it. And I'm just going to take it right here where we've got that line and just blur that a little bit so it's not super harsh. I mean, we still obviously want that line there, but we don't need it to be that crazy intense. So now that we've blended out that line, we're going to go ahead and do our face makeup. I'm like trying to speak, but I can't, you know, it's casual. I just skipped right through all of my contouring because I used an eyeshadow from my Jaclyn Hill Favorite palette, which I've used before as a contour, but it just really didn't blend out very well. I don't know if you can see it right here, but it got really muddy up on my forehead, and it did on my cheeks as well, and it just isn't blending as well as I was hoping it would. So I just completely cut that part out of the video because it took me a really long time to try to fix it. So we're just going to go ahead and move on to the brows. I am going to fill them just like I always do, and I'm going to skip through. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so now I'm back and my brows are done. I did use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown like always, and I just filled them in like I always do. So if you want to see how I fill in my brows, I will link that eyebrow tutorial down below for you. So now that I've got my eyebrows done, we're going to go ahead and do the lower lash line. I'm going to use my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Stag. It is like a kind of like a purpley brown taupe color. I don't even know. I'm going to tightline with it, and then I am going to line my waterline with it. Okay, and the reason why I'm using this color as opposed to a black is just because it's going to help really make the eye look a little richer as opposed to just dark and smoky. Because this is more of a like rich browny purple shade. Although you could definitely use a black eyeliner, like you don't have to go out and find a purpley brown one. Okay, so now we've got both waterlines lined. I'm going to take my e.l.f. contour brush first and dip it into ES13, just that neutral brown shade. And we're going to put that on the lower lash line. This will help blend out that eyeliner too a little bit. So that just helped smoke it out a little bit. I am going to be going in with another color. But first we are going to do a winged liner. And I am using the Revlon Colorstay Liquid Eye Pen in Blackest Black. This is actually the first time I'm using it on my lids, so we'll see how it goes. Now this is where the tape comes in handy because now we have a guideline. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right at the edge. You can see that right there. And then bring it straight down, just like that, and then fill. This is actually a really good eyeliner pen. I like it so far. It's really stiff, which I like because I can get a nice straight line. Alright, and I think I'm just going to take it about halfway because I don't want it to be overwhelming on the eye. So then I just tapered it out so then it ends about right here, which is more like 2/3 of the way. And then I am going to just take out that eyeliner again to tightline to get those gaps that I missed the first time. So we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So I did intensify it on both sides. I didn't mean for it to get this thick or this big, but we're rolling with it. I like it. I think it looks good. I think it looks good. I really, really like that eyeliner pen too. Now I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. smudge. Actually, no. I'm going to be taking, I'm going to take the e.l.f. smudge brush first, and I'm going to dip it back into ES24, which is that dark chocolatey red shade that we put in the outer corner. And I'm just going to put this right on the lower lash line. And I'm going to take it about 3/4 of the way and stop right before I get to the inner corner. Alright, and then I'm going to be taking this Morphe brush, which is just a little tiny tapered brush. I'm going to put a little bit more of the ES13 on it. You can tell I love this neutral brown shade, and I'm just going to buff that out. This is the perfect size like pencil brush for this because it's tiny and it's skinny, and so it really gets it up there without smoking it out too much so it doesn't look too crazy. I love this brush. It just gets the job done right. So now that is done, and now it is time for lashes. I'm so excited. Okay, let me go grab them. They are Katy Perry lashes by Eyelure, and I can't decide if I want to use Cool Kitty or Oh Honey. This is Oh Honey, which is just like a natural looking lash, and then this is Cool Kitty, which is more of a spiked lash. Kind of want to do those. Kind of nervous. Kind of extremely excited. It's a mix of emotions over here right now, guys. It's a mix of emotions. We're going to do Cool Kitty because those are gorgeous. We are going to take some mascara. We're not going to curl our lashes because it'll make it a little difficult to apply the false lash, which is what I've been learning as I've been practicing. We're just going to apply one coat, so then when we have the false lash on, our natural lashes are black and blend in. And for this, I'm just using Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. You can use whatever mascara you want. This is my all-time favorite when I'm doing natural lashes as opposed to doing false lashes, just because it makes me look like I'm wearing false lashes. Alright. And when you've got your lashes coated, we're just going to let that mascara dry. So while we're letting the mascara dry, we're going to go ahead and do our blush. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Morphe Brushes 9B Blush Palette. Ah! So because we've got such an intense eye going on, I don't want to take it away from it with too crazy of a cheek. So I'm going to mix these two blushes here. This one is really, really light and more of a really, really light peachy rose, and then this is definitely more of a mauvey rose color, which is just a little bit too dark for me on its own, so that's why we will mix the two. Got our blush done, and our lashes, these lashes should be dry. Now we're going to apply the glue. Alright, so I just applied a really, really thin coat of glue to the lash, and we're just going to let this dry for about 20 to 30 seconds so then it gets a little tacky. The tackier it is, the easier it's going to be to apply, because if I put this on right now, I'd get glue all over my eyeshadow, and I really don't want to mess this up because it turned out really good today. So we're just going to let this dry. So I didn't realize that I was talking down and looking down, so you can't hear anything that I'm saying. So I will be filming a video on how to apply false lashes as its own video instead of telling you how to do it in this video, just so you know. So we're going to go ahead and cut to the end of the false lash application. And that is it for the top lashes. I'm really excited about how this turned out. I'm like really impressed right now. Okay, so I'm going to use the Urban Decay Perversion Bigger, Blacker, Badder Mascara. I got this with the Urban Decay Naked on the Run palette. This is the first time using this mascara too. I'm just going to go ahead and coat my lower lashes. Using MaryLouManizer by theBalm. I'm using a Morphe brush. I don't know what this is, but it's just a super fluffy, tapered brush, and I'm going to use this to highlight. So we're just going to go right on the tops of the cheekbones. To highlight on my eyes, I'm going to be using another small brush that I got from Morphe, which I'm going to use to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. And I'm still going to be using MaryLouManizer. And for the inner corner, I am literally just popping this right here. And then we're just going to put this on the high point of the brow right there on both sides, and then we'll just softly blend it out and down. And now for the lips. I'll give you two options, so let me do nude first, so then I can please a little bit of everybody, and then we're going to do a deep berry lip. This is the mini matte lip crayon in Nantucket Nude that I got from Trestique in my last Ipsy bag. It is very nude. And I honestly don't love it. I mean, I like the color, but the formulation itself is not good. So I'm going to put a little bit of this Starlooks lip gloss in Cuddle, which I also got in an Ipsy bag, on top of it. Okay, so this is the look with a nude lip. This is like an ultra nude lip. I actually have never done a nude lip that's like nude. That's like an actual nude. I like it just because it's so different. I'm going to take a few selfies real quick. So now that I've taken some selfies with my nude lip, we are going to do a berry lip. And now we're going to be doing a red berry lip. I am using Bite Beauty Luminous Cream Lipstick in Tannin, which is like a very berry red. So pumped to use this. Ooh. Yes, I am feeling this. Now this is more of a red than I was thinking. I was thinking more of like a deep berry, but I totally love it with this bright red. Like, I'm obsessing right now. This is insane. It's so pretty. contour doesn't look as bad as it did earlier, which is good. Okay, so I'm gonna do some poses for you guys real quick. Okay guys, so that is it for this makeup tutorial. I was so excited to be able to film this for you guys. I love it. I absolutely love how this ended up turning out. I gave you 2 lip options, so a nude and a red. You could even do something even deeper than this, like a really pretty berry, but I love how the red lip turned out. And I didn't put a gloss on top of this because it is a cream lipstick, so it's really creamy, and it does have a pretty nice shine to it, which I love. So yeah, so that's it for this one, you guys. I will see you next time. Bye!